Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Muhammad Al-Sufi bin Ahmad Yaakob. Matrix number is 15 DEP30083 2002 and my partner is
And my name is Syarul Izam bin Manaseh. My matrix number is 15 DEP20F 2024 and we are from DEP3A. We will present a little bit from the topic 5 about telecommunication network DEP30083.
IPTV over NGN. According to the ITU-T, that was T is Telecommunication Standardization Union. Internet Protocol television is defined as multimedia service such as TV, video, audio, picture, or graphic, and data delivery over IP-based network that are designed to support the needed level of QoS and QoE. The QoE was quality of experience, interactive, reliability, and security. In general, IPTV is a successor to digital TV broadcast network. For the example, terrestrial TV broadcast, cable TV, in a convergent IP environment, because digital TV required highest bit rate for delivery the media. For example, is video synchronized with audio channel. The IPTV is becoming possible with the deployment of broadband access network, include fixed and mobile broadband. Di sini kita boleh nampak IPTV ni berperanan untuk menghantar video, suara, gambar dan data. So dia juga digunakan untuk digital sebab digital sistem kita dah guna digital TV sekarang. So IPTV juga diperlukan sebab bit rate dia lebih besar untuk media synchronize dengan audio channel. Tambah pula sekarang ni guna ada broadband access untuk access network, sama ada internet fixed or mobile, there was bergerak.
IPTV functional architecture. There are three different types of IPTV functional architecture. First is non-NGN IPTV functional architecture. In this case, IPTV services are provided by using existing protocol and network interface that are also used in the network for other IP-based services. Second, NGN-based non-IMS IPTV functional architecture. In this case, IPTV services are provisioned by using NGN functional entities but without deployment or usage of an IMS system in the network. Lastly, NGN IMS based IPTV functional architecture. In this architecture, all components of the NGN including IMS functional entities are utilized for the purpose of IPTV service provisioning.
From this picture, we can see this is the content of provider, and then will be to service provider and network provider. So the customer will see it at home or everywhere. They will supply a movie, news and sport. So that's all data will transfer by step that was service and the network and the user.
This is the architecture of the IPTV. For the end user function section, there is two sections, IPTV terminal and home network. For IPTV terminal, it guards application client, SCP client, content delivery client, and session client. For the home network, it has delivery network gateway. For the net section, service spectrum, there is four two bots. In the application functions, it got IPTV application function, AP, ACP function, and content preparation function. And for the service support function, it got core IMS function and SUP. For the content delivery function, it got CD and LCF and CD and SF. For the transport stratum, it got transport control function. In transport control function, it got NACF and RACF. And for the transport functions, it got access control function, edge function, core transport function. And in this side, it got management function. In management function, it got transport device, end user device, content delivery, service control, and application. For the lastly, IPTV content provider function, it got content and metadata.
Multi-broadcast IPTV content delivery. Multicast-based IPTV content delivery is using delivery of IPTV packet simultaneously to multiple destinations by using transmission from a single source. Internet Television Union Telecommunication Standardization Union defines four different function models for multicast-based delivery of IPTV content, given as below: network multicast model, cluster model, P2P models, hybrid model of cluster and P2P. So multicast ni dia hantar data ke melalui menggunakan transmission daripada single source dalam bentuk paket. So Internet Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Standardization Union dah mempunyai dia mengeluarkan 4 jenis multicast base. So kat sini yang pertama ialah network multicast model, cluster model, P2P model, hybrid model of cluster and P2P.
This is the architecture of multicast model. In multicast model, it got content provider, service provider, network provider, and end user. In content provider, from the content provider, it got content source to CDF to the service provider and to MTF. And MTF is in the network provider, and EUF. EUF is in end user. Next, for the P2P model, it got the same section as multicast model. It got from the content source to the CTF. For the network provider, peer-to-peer model use UTF, and end user is the same as the multicast model, AUF. Next is cluster model. Cluster model use content provider, service provider, network provider, and end user. In the content provider, cluster model use content source to CDA and SF for the service provider, and for the network provider it use UTF, and for the end user it is the same as the multicast and P2P model. Lastly, for the hybrid model, it is the same section as the three of them, and for the content provider, content source to CD and SF. For the service provider, and for the network provider, UTF. For the end user is EUF.
Unicast-based IPTV content delivery. Unicast-based delivery of IPTV is typical scenario in the case where users are nomad within the network, and when IPTV service provider is not located in the network provide domain of the end user. So there are too many scenarios for unicast-based IPTV content delivery. First, non-roaming scenario, and second is NGN roaming scenario. So unicast is basically a signal direct request sent from one host to another, and only two hosts interact over the established router. For example, to find a web browser, you like HTTP.
For the unicast-based IPTV, this is the architecture. It starts from the IPTV-TF, and for the request, it goes to access network function. For the RACF, uh, from the IPTV for the IP address assignment. Uh, Second, NACF. NACF is from the IPTV for the authentication. And core INF function. Core INF function is from IPTV for the SIP registration. Next is user profile. User profile is from the core IM listed from core IMS function to user profile. For the video on demand request, is start from the core IMS function to AF.